Hi, I'm Randy Hugh with SmartboardsReviews.com, and welcome back to our makeshift classroom. Today, we were able to get our hands on a Smartboard 680. You can see this nice board here. It's about 68 inches of active space. And what we did to set up is, what we have is just kind of a makeshift classroom. We put it here on top of a table, but in the real world, you're either going to need to install this on a wall or have a stand to be able to use it effectively. In order to, as far as the setup is concerned, what we did is we have the cable. We have the cable plugged into our laptop. One of the nice things about that is that the Smartboard here is powered through the USB cable in the laptop. The second thing we did was we installed the software, and the software is about 500 megs. This thing is a beast. So be prepared. When you go to download and install the software, it's going to take a bit of time. Another thing that you can see too when you use your whiteboard, or I'm sorry, your Smartboard here, is that with the Smartboard 680, definitely do not want to use marker pens on it, because like the Promethean Active board, it will leave certain marks on the board. Okay, so once we have the software and the hardware installed, we're going to go through a calibration process, very similar to the others. This is getting a little bit ugly here because I'm a little bit far away from the board, but we're going to calibrate. We're going to click on each one of these X marks, and now our system should be all calibrated. Okay, so we're in the control panel right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up a notebook. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and select our mouse here, and we'll click OK. And we're starting up the Smartboard notebook. So this gives us our notebook. And we're just going to go through some of the basic features. Again, this is the first time we're walking through the Smartboard software, and we'd like you to join us in the fun. So on the right side here, we have our tool palette. We can select a marker, and we have different colors that we can select. So that right now we have pink. We can select green or blue. Oh. Select blue, save tool properties. Oh, now we have purple. One of the nice things about the Smartboard that we found is there's different color pens. So if you could just go ahead and pick up a pen from the tray, so if you pick up a blue pen, it'll automatically be blue. Or you can pick up a red pen, and it's automatically red. And then there's also a green pen. Also, like a regular whiteboard, you have an eraser, and so we can go ahead. Oh. So when we take a look at the pens and the eraser, it's really important to know where you actually place them, because if you place it within the blue pen area, then the pen's going to be blue. If you place the pen in the green area, the pen is going to be green. So we're going to take the eraser out of the eraser area, and now we can use it like a whiteboard and just go ahead and erase our annotations. And it's important for me to put the eraser back in its original position, because now the Smartboard knows that the eraser has the erasing functionality. And again, if I take the green pen out, the marker comes out green. Another nice thing about this too is we can use your finger as a marker. And if I want the eraser functionality, we can use our finger for that functionality as well. Okay, now we're going to walk through some of the different annotations, and it seems that there's a lot of pretty cool annotations that the software provides. So for example, we have all the different colors, and then you can have segmented lines. You can control different thicknesses. So if we want this type of a thickness, here's some more different styles. For example, a row full of happy faces. Again, and then we have connectors. And here's all the different styles with the connectors. Okay. And then one of the things that we couldn't figure out is how do you erase this, right? Some of the different lines and some of the different connectors, etc. Because if I take my eraser, I can erase the annotations, but oh, there we go. I can erase some of the annotations, but I can't erase the connector here. So the only way we've been able to figure out how to erase some of the different objects that you actually put onto the screen is by hitting backspace. And that can take a little bit of time. So I'm sure there's a way, but just taking a look at it, we couldn't figure that out right away. But there are more objects we can also add. We can add different shapes. For example, if I wanted to add a hexagon, adjust the size, make multiple. But again, to take these objects and erase them, take my eraser tool. That's not going to work. Let's go and try, let's go and fill one of these objects with a color. We hit our bucket tool, and we just double click. So we go ahead and click on the fill effects portion. We can have different gradients. We can put different colors. And we can go ahead and just click and add the bucket colors to that object. So we found it works a little bit different than the Promethean product is that it's not a really true paint functionality where if I have a marker and I create a circle, now if I want to go ahead and fill that bucket with that object that I just created, it doesn't actually fill in. So it looks like with this technology here, it actually just fills in with the objects. But again, if I want to go ahead and erase, it'll only erase the annotations, but yet it won't erase the objects. So as we were playing around, we finally figured out how to delete objects. So let's go ahead and create another object here. And again, we could do a bucket fill with our gradient. And now what we need to do is select the object and click on delete. So in this type of technology, it looks like you have to select each object individually and then you can delete them. Okay, and another nice thing about the Smartboard technology that we've taken a look at is also the gallery. Comes with a lot of activities, curriculums, multimedia, pictures. This thing was a beast to download, so it definitely has a lot of images and files in it. So for example, if we go ahead and take a look, we have here under the lesson activity toolkit, there's activities, examples, games, graphics, pages, and tools. If we take a look at some of the games, why don't we go ahead and take a look at dice. Here's some of the different dice. We can go ahead and just select that, slide that over to our screen. And now when we double click on it, we can even use our finger, remember? We can double click and we play a game of dice. So that's our first run and view at taking a look at the Smartboard 680. We understand it's very, very basic, but we hope you enjoyed walking through the whole setup with us. Thanks a lot.